Hey, Zechariah here. We're talking about Rebel. This is what we're talking about. And today we're talking about the fourth song on the album, and it is called Swim. At this point, I think it's a good opportunity to tell you kind of a ongoing thing between the first song all the way up until this point and all the way until the end of the album. For me, one of the greatest inspirations from music, and one of the things that drives me and inspires me and, gets the creative juices flowing, if you will, is movie scores, movie soundtracks. There are some absolutely amazing composers and some incredibly amazing films coming out with scores that are just so beautiful. And, without a shadow of a doubt, it makes the film experience so much better. So much better. But when you take the film away and all that's left is the music, it is still some of the most beautiful stuff to listen to. That being said, and being one of the big inspiring things for me when it comes to get those creative things flowing, one of the things that I try to always incorporate in all of my music now, for anybody who's recording an album, there's usually some sort of, or recording a song rather, there's usually some sort of underlying droning track on the base of everything. And, I can't speak for everybody, but in my experience, there's always something there at the very, very bottom of the track that if you pulled and stripped everything away, there's just kind of like an ongoing drone or something like that. For me, I try to always use strings when I am creating that bass layer. I always try to use strings across the bottom of every track. Always. And it starts off as a drone, but then sometimes it turns into something else. It turns into an actual melodic part of the song in itself. Swim is an incredible example of strings being used in some of my songs. I thought about using Swim as only an instrumental track. Because I found that when I took the vocals out of the song, it again reminded me of a movie soundtrack. It reminded me of something that could be heard with some sort of cinematic on top of it. In regards to what the song Swim means to me on a more personal level, Swim is largely a song with themes of thinking that you are in a steadfast position, that you have locked into something, and then all of a sudden your feet get swept out from underneath you, and you need to, in this case, swim, cling on to something that's steadfast. So when you find that, to swim, make every effort to get to that point, to get to that place of being found in a steadfast place. And for some people, for seasons of their life, it seems like they are doing absolutely everything in their power to keep their head above the surface, to keep themselves from drowning, from being choked out by what life is throwing at them. Some people just don't catch a break. The lyrics, do you feel the waves climbing over everything we tried to save? I should have built on solid land. Instead, now my house sinks with the shifting sands. Not much more needs to be said. I'm Zechariah, and that's just a tiny little bit of what Swim means to me. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later.